with you and Blaney making in terms of information sharing and so on, as compared to when only one of you guys had.
Yeah, I said earlier, it's the same. Nothing changes. Cars are prepared right next to each other. Teams were talking to each other when I left the shop on Tuesday to come out here. So everybody's seems to be business as usual. It doesn't really change much from that standpoint.
Do you think it'll take a win in the race to win the championship this year?
It has all but one time, right? And it been 10 years we've been doing this, and last year was the first time. So chances are, yeah, you're gonna have to win.
And then the car you guys brought, is it a new? Is it been used at Phoenix before? Has it been used earlier this year?
No, it's a car that's been used. I don't know exactly where. Don't know exactly where it went. So they're all fairly similar these days. It's not like there's special cars anymore that people name.
Both as a person and as a driver, what was the roller coaster like getting eliminated and then getting uneliminated? What did you feel like?
I don't think anything these days surprised me anymore. I'm just like, hey, we're back in, I got the call and I stepped outside for a second and I was talking to him and I came back in. Told my wife, so you're not going to believe this. Yeah, we're back in. And then 7 days later, you're not going to believe this. We're all the way in. We're in championship 4. So we'll continue the story on Sunday.
Did you have an internal dialogue in those last laps of the race when you were about to get eliminated? Were you just like, oh, this is it. It's over?
It's probably a few drivers that can understand it, right? It's not many people can understand, but like you can see it happening. You're like, man, I just need a caution. I need something different to happen. And what's happening is not going to be good enough. I know the scenario that we're in. They told me the information. So, it's kind of like, and like you're just hoping, right? You don't ever give up hope until really, once you see the white flag, then you're like, if the caution comes out, it's over. And like, it's not going to be an opportunity to do anything crazy or different to make it happen. But apparently, felt like it wasn't singing yet.
How much will experience give you a leg up? You have the most wins here. You've won more championships than your opponents. I mean, how much of a value do you put on that?
A lot. There's so much value and experience. You come here and you feel solid, right? You feel ready. I don't, like I said, early in my career, there's no way you can feel ready the first time you come to championship 4 because you don't know what's coming. And so like, I know for myself, I can speak personally, but I did not feel ready. And after the race, I learned a lot and felt more prepared the next times. But the first one was like, you don't even know what's coming your way. The stress, the pressure, all that stuff. It either makes you stronger or it makes you crack, right? It's one way or the other, something's going to happen. So yeah, everybody's different on how they handle that and the ways they do it.
Do you think the penalties issued Tuesday are enough to deter people from doing anything on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see on Sunday. I don't really know, right? I mean, we'll see what happens.
You think that NASCAR looked favorably on Ford since
I don't know.
Chevy and Toyota?
Now we're getting some conspiracy theories on that one. I don't know if that's quite the case.
You don't know because, if they suspended drivers, then I guess that would gotten the point across, or you just don't know?
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, it's kind of hard to say, right? The beneficiaries of it are still in. So, and nothing happened. So you tell me if it was good or not, right? Like, did it work or did it not? Like, was it worth it? Right? I don't know. I'm not NASCAR. I'm not the person that can make the call on that stuff. I'm just driving the cars. You just hope that everyone races fairly.
How important is integrity to a sport?
Well, it's everything, right? You see plenty of documentaries on how sports and people have kind of done things in the wrong way, and now it can destroy a sport. So NASCAR is backed up against the wall to where they had to do something, right? They have to do something to control us. I say us because it's everybody, right? Whatever the rule is, whether it's this 100% rule or it's putting the cars together, if the rules aren't enforced, the sport will fall apart. So it's important to keep that.
Joey, you see the importance of manufacturers, especially after Martin's Day. When you started this series, compare the manufacturer's importance, whether it's financially or influence, where you are now, a decade into the series.
Yeah, it's in some ways it's grown, in some ways not. But I think the next gen car itself is kind of made the manufacturer matter a lot more, because there's only certain things that we can control, right? The car is the car. So, the body becomes important. That's one thing that the OEM can control. The engine, there's the other one, right? And those are two big speed knobs. So the teams are, they have the ability to tune and make a car better than others, but there's times where and we've seen it, right? What happened earlier in this year, right? The Fords were off, all of them, right? Like, you tell me all the teams were off? No, the OEM matters, and we've been able to turn that around altogether, which is great.
In both your first two championships, you went on to win the title after winning the round of 8 opener. You did that again this year. How important is having those extra 2 weeks of fair, and how does it differ from times that you got in the last race?
It just gives you more time, right? And you give this team time, we become pretty dangerous pretty quickly. So I think that's our advantage coming into this weekend, is that we've had 2 weeks while everyone else has had their tongues hanging out trying to make it. We've been going through things methodically and got our batteries recharged and ready to go.